Yo, what is going on, my fellow weebs? Chrono here, and welcome back to the channel. So another maintenance has finally passed, meaning we have another patch note reading for you guys today. But if you guys are new here, as mentioned, my name is Chrono. I primarily cover PSO2 content. Would much appreciate if subscribers work right towards that 10K mark, hopefully by the end of this year. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. There's not a whole lot to cover today, just a few extra things that popped up that are kind of important. And apologies, this video is going out a little bit later than I wanted it to. I recorded originally and servers were not up yet. I waited for servers to go live just to make sure we didn't miss anything, and I'm glad I did, because there was some things that weren't mentioned in these notes that we're going to talk about. And unfortunately, I just fell asleep, and then when I got up to finish the video, it just, I don't know, it just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. I still missed a few things, so we're going back in. We're doing this all the way through, making sure we catch everything that we wanted to catch, so you guys have a all-encompassing update video today. So let's pop over to the main site and see what we've got to sink our teeth into. Right here we are over on the main NGS site. In perfect fashion, if there wasn't something going on that would possibly scuff my video, then it really wouldn't be one of my videos. You guys may be able to hear a bird in the background. Apologies if you can. I'll do my best to go ahead and tune it out as much as possible. At least I have been over the past few minutes. However, I'm going to do my best to try to also edit out of the video itself, because it is quite loud, even though I have windows closed and everything. It's super fun. Either way, if you're thinking to yourself, why would I watch this person read me these patch notes after complaining about some bird outside of his window at 7 o'clock in the morning? Here's the cool thing. You don't have to. This is available for anyone who wants to listen to me read through this information. In case you're curious of, oh, I just need to know what the new stuff is, scroll on down the video description. Every link to every important article should be in that description itself. It's just before you take off, I'd appreciate if you like the video. Maybe just toss the comment up there for the algorithm. Just literally could type in algorithm. I'd be okay with it personally, and it would help me out a ton. Like I mentioned, all the important articles are literally right here. They're all noted, so makes things super easy for you. And like I said, I'll leave a link to it, so no big deal there. Start things off, we're going to update details. If there are any patch notes or anything that changes system-wise, it's going to be right down here. As you can see, there is nothing here, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Hop into February updates. First off, we have the limited time quest Dustal Vera Suppression Op V2. Now, I know some people got confused. This was much like the next Vera one, but this is not a limited time urgent quest. It's a limited time quest that was made from an urgent. Now, it does make it confusing, because during the headline in both situations, they said limited time urgent, which I think is just a translation situation. Basically what it is they're taking these urgent quests that, in my opinion, really shouldn't have been urgent quests. Like, they were good as urgent quests like when the game first came out very early on, but because we've had a lot of these bosses out in the open world, they just didn't feel very impactful as an urgent. So they've since pulled these away from urgents, and they've done this with a lot of them, especially from Ilio and now in Redum. We basically only have like the big boss fights that are urgents now. And I mean big boss fights, I mean like bosses you just don't fight in the standard overworld, which is the way it should be, in my opinion. That, and of course mining rig, because we will always have mining rig. It's one of JP's favorite quest types, so it's just one of those things you have to kind of come to understand. Anyway, they've kind of cycled those quests out. It's just a bigger quest, and that's kind of what PSO2 does well, is those big quests. MDFA and Solus have been fantastic quests, so hopefully we see more of that in the future. Regardless, this is a limited time quest that actually comes with more drops. We're going to show it in just a little bit here. So going on, we've got the medieval fantasy themed build parts from PSO2. These are just build parts from base PSO2 they've ported over, and they're going to charge star gems for. So this is more of your shtick. Feel free, my star gem hoarders. Good luck. And then we have Arcs Record for Trinia Crazy Tail solo, and that's solo in all classes. So pretty cool there, rank 2. I want to say this is one of like the dinosaur ones. I just don't remember off the top of my head, so we'll have to find out where that's at when we get in the game. We also have the AC scratch ticket Starlight Fashion. Now, Starlight Fashion is a scratch ticket that's been covered by Skulls. I'll leave a link in the video description in case you guys are more curious about the exact stuff in the scratch. I just like to get some takes on it. She does cover all that content, so much appreciate if you checked her out for that. I'm not really gonna go that far into it outside of like just surface level of seems okay, but not super crazy about it. We have the Steam limited time Arcs cash sale. Now, it's very important to understand that this is the same sale that existed before the new year. So in December, near the end of December, this sale popped up. Now, if you already purchased this sale, I'm actually gonna show you guys. So hang on one sec. if you already purchased the sale, you cannot buy it again. As you can see, this is something that I bought back in December, and it says in library. It's the same sale. So just so you guys are aware, this isn't me like, buying it recently and then, of course, if you've already bought it, then you can't. It's the same sale. They're just bringing the sale back itself. That way, in case anyone did miss it at that time frame, you can take advantage of it now. Funny, it's right after Christmas and then right after tax time. Sales. Maybe they're targeted in a specific way. Anyway, we were talking about sales. Hey, look, more AC sales. So we've got a new AC sale. This one is a little bit less. So we've got the AC sale for 2200 AC, only $10, basically half off essentially. And this is available in every single one of these stores. You can buy them from each one of these stores individually, being able to stack up. Keep in mind, PlayStation is separate, right? So if you buy from Microsoft, buy from PlayStation, buy from Steam, you have 3 times. You'll only have 4400 as opposed to the 6600 you would think you would have, because the 2200 is on the PlayStation Store version only. Also keep in mind, if you buy from either of these platforms, you need to log into the game on that platform to then get the AC. It doesn't automatically go into your wallet immediately. They do require you to log into the game. The Steam Store bonus, or the Steam Store version, also is going to give you an extra 1200 AC for making the purchase of 2200 AC, so that's pretty cool. I believe that's it. Yeah, no, that's it for all the AC sale stuff. Moving on, we did talk about Starlight Fashion. This is just more the concept art for it. I think the only thing I really care about from this is, where is it? Yeah, it's the N-waisted tied plaid shirt, and probably some of the makeups and stuff like that. So everything else is kind of like just whatever on, but again, Skull's going to cover some more detail in her video. I'll go ahead and leave a link to it in the video description. We also have the temporary suspension of the AC Scratch Ticket Modish Winter 24. Now, keep in mind, guys, the tickets are still going to be of use. It's just temporarily disabled. Make sure you keep any tickets you have for it, whether it be like the 40 count tickets. Actually, yeah, it should just be the 40 count tickets. There shouldn't be any other type of tickets that are available. So don't sell your tickets or trade them in thinking it's not coming back. They will be bringing it back. It's just, there is an item in there that's causing problems. It's funny because we thought that was the problem for the Gorge, is that item itself, and people were still using the item, but it turns out it has to do with the torches, which, a friend of mine did predict that it might have been the torches that were causing the issue, because they did disable the torches and went ahead and gave us all the the protection item instead. But the problem is, you play on multiple ships, you took it on one ship, you don't have it on the other. It's a whole big deal. Either way, nothing too crazy here. Just letting you know not to get rid of your tickets. Don't get rid of your tickets. Don't get rid of your tickets. They're telling you right now not to get rid of your tickets, but I feel like people are still going to trade them in and be like, I had no idea. But let's go ahead and pop over to in-game to go over the few things that were not mentioned as a part of the patch notes. So here we are in game. There was, unfortunately, I did grab it earlier, right? But there was some apology stuff from the campaign items. So basically just star gems. So make sure to pick up your star gems from here. And we're actually going to head over to the quest counter really quick here. I can just make a run all the way down here really fast. For the new quest, don't mind me lagging a little bit. I'm using a bit of a weird capture right now, just for the video to make it easy for me to get this taken care of and edited and updated. But if we go over to the limited quest, we click on the limited guy and we go to this armor, we can see that the Arga, Belta, and Sheza variants of this armor right now is already up. Now, I believe the stats of it should be available on the Visiphone, so give me just a moment and I'll see if I can grab that for you guys as well. So unfortunately, it is not on the Visiphone site just yet. However, shout out to the homie Uber, who's already posted a screenshot of what the armor stats are. So you can see that it is still 5.5% across the board. Like I mentioned, this is going to be the case. It's always a dual stat armor. The Sheza, Belta, and Arga. So Arga is, I believe, melee range. Belta is range tech, and then Sheza is melee tech. So just go with whichever one of those you'd like. And then it gives us 35 HP and 7 PP. And if we take a look at the other armors, we can see that the VO gives us 6 PP with, across the board. Decent stats. It's just the 5.5 across the board. The Vito gives us 30 HP across the board. I'm sorry, with our 5.5 across the board. Apologies. It's early for me, guys. I'm still trying to pull myself together. And then we have the ANA armor, just the standard one, gives us 20 HP and 2 PP with the same 5.5% across the board. Now, the nice thing about these armors is that they are more HP, they are more PP, but they're only dual statted instead. This does give us more overall stat, but it does, you know, limit you a bit in case you're someone who plays every single class. But for most players, this is going to be good. Now, the big caveat is going to be how the drop rate is looking, meaning how many of these are available on the market. So let's go ahead and pop back over to in-game and take a look, because it's it's about 7:30 at the time of me recording this, meaning that there's been quite a bit of time for people to farm it, as the servers went live scheduled to go live around 3 o'clock. I believe they went live around like 3:34. So it's been a couple of hours. Let's see how the farming has gone so far. All right, so here I am over on the shop, and as you guys can see, it looks like these are actually dropping at a pretty decent rate. The quest just came out, and we've got the Argas are pushing down almost to 700k. For you to take a look at the Beltas, let's see here. Belts is a little rough at 2 mil right now. That just seems a little high, but you know, it is what it is. Take a look at Sheza right now. Sheza's rocking about 900k. That is probably one of the first times I've ever seen where the cheapest option is the red armor. I know it seems a little strange, but usually the red armor is one of the most expensive ones, and the cheapest option tends to be the Sheza. So the Arga tends to be the more expensive one. It makes sense that the belt is a bit more expensive because people play range. You're paying the range tax, unfortunately, being slapped on with Slayer. But it is what it is. Not a big deal there. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see that these are actually dropping pretty regularly. My biggest concern with these armor sets are that they don't drop regularly enough, meaning going for fixes on them, which might have been what happened, right? Someone could have bought a bunch of the Beltas to go for fixes, but going for fixes on them is a little bit rough. And what I usually tend to do is gravitate towards something now that's going to be a bit more abundant. That way I can go for fixes a bit more often. However, it is, of course, one of those situations where it's luck of the draw. Fixes can be kind of a pain in the ass to build up. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But that should cover everything as far as the new update. Let me triple or quadruple check everything and make sure we haven't missed anything. So just one sec. No, that seems to be everything. If I did miss anything, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Today's update is a little bit light, but honestly, I'm all here for it. This month is going to be a bit of a light month, which is great for this time frame because this is when everyone should be building up their gear. And then the new hype content should be next month. I expect that we'll take this time, build up what we're looking for, and then next month be able to go ahead and jump into whatever the new standing quest is, which apparently we have a heads up on what that's going to be. We'll talk about that in the next video. And all the cool stuff that is on the way. This is the time where we build up, and then afterwards we get to use all of our gear, which I like there being a little bit of a leeway in between, because I don't like having to jump directly into the new content while thinking about I could be building up my gear, and then it kind of takes the fun away from it, because then you don't build up any gear. You do the content, you're like, why am I even building gear in the first place? But not for everyone. Sometimes people like to just do the content and be done with it. I prefer being a bit more powerful and really seeing how much I can push myself in that piece of content. So I'm here for it. I enjoy it. But for anyone who's like, oh, I want to play PSO2 right now, I understand. If you you take your time, it's not really a whole lot going on this month. Get your weapon, get your armor, and then hey, play all the other good stuff that's going on right now. We're playing a lot of Grand Blue at the moment, so fingers crossed that that next month's content is going to be a lot of fun. Last Standing Quest did very, very well. See how this one ends up turning out. But I'm rambling on as I usually do at the end of these videos. I appreciate you guys watch all the way to the end. Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe when you keep up with more. See you all next time. Take care, my friends. Peace out.